Boulder's top stories this week. Community advisors tour city facilities in need of repair. Xcel Energy joins Boulder's Energy Future discussion. And crews take advantage of summer weather to crank up construction. Hi, I'm Natalie Wood. Maintaining our city takes constant attention. Peeling paint and leaky roofs can lead to costly repairs later. The same is true for Boulder. Minor repairs left undone today can lead to major repairs at a significantly higher cost tomorrow. Unfortunately, reduced revenues and increased construction costs over the past decade made it difficult for Boulder to maintain many of the facilities and roads that add to our city's quality of life. The city plans to catch up on those repairs with guidance from a citizen task force. City Manager Jane Brodigan appointed a cross-section of the community, including business people, neighborhood representatives, and community groups to prioritize those projects that Boulder can repair now with no new taxes to avoid higher costs later. The Capital Investment Strategy Stakeholder Group has been meeting since May 16th. This week, the group took a tour of some of the city facilities that are most in need of attention. The group saw an example of needed road construction at 20th and Arapahoe, an example of a neighborhood park and playground that needs renovation, and toured sites where there are missing links in the transportation system, such as at Boulder Junction. The group also discussed city heating and ventilation systems that are beyond their expected life cycle that could be included in the first phase of the multi-year plan, and some of the less visible projects like software and information technology issues that support the city's financial and data networks. These examples were located throughout the city. The tour was representative of the more than $128 million of projects under consideration. The first phase will focus on the most significant needs that can be addressed now to save millions of dollars later. The Capital Investment Strategy Stakeholder Group will narrow this initial list of potential projects to $60 million of shovel-ready projects and then advise City Council on which maintenance, repair issues, and key improvements should occur in Phase 1. Voters will have the final say on whether the city can use existing revenues to acquire bonds to fund the Phase 1 improvements. A potential bond issue does not require raising taxes. Remaining projects will be evaluated as part of a second phase. For more information on Boulder's capital investment strategy, visit bouldercolorado.gov/CIS. Concerned about the possibility of losing its Boulder customer base, Xcel Energy has presented a proposal that company representatives say could make the city a leader in green energy. The utility told Council on June 7th that its Boulder-specific energy plan would provide up to 70% renewable energy in the first year of a new 20-year franchise agreement and 90% by the year 2020. This would represent a significant increase from current levels of about 11%. Xcel would accomplish this by joining forces with a wind farm developer who is prepared to put up new turbines, but the cost would be borne by the city. As with most change, there are potential benefits and risks associated with the proposal. In this case, the biggest question is what happens to the price of fossil fuels. If they go up, the city could realize significant savings in years ahead, but if these prices stay constant or go down, the city would be left paying more. Several council members sought to understand the pros and cons of the proposal, and some questioned whether it would accomplish enough of the community's energy future objectives. But they all agreed that Xcel's energy plan is worth exploring more fully. Council directed staff to enter into negotiations with the utility and voted to move an Xcel franchise forward for possible inclusion on the ballot in November. Council is expected to hear more about the Xcel possibility, as well as the option of the city creating a local power utility in the weeks ahead. Looking ahead and preparing for possibilities isn't something the City of Boulder takes lightly, especially when it comes to public safety. On June 8th, city departments, the FBI, the Boulder Valley School District, and students came together to conduct a bomb training exercise at Fairview High School. Sergeant Jeff Kessler says acting out emergency situations like this benefits Boulder response crews.
Anytime we can do practical exercises, I think it benefits us in our jobs. We read about it, we do tabletop exercises, we have policies and procedures, but until you can actually work on that and see how it works in the real world, you have no idea. So I think today we're going to see how well we work together, if our plans and protocols are in place and if they work, and hopefully everything goes well.
The exercise gave school officials important information and recommendations for dealing with potential bomb-related incidents on school grounds and gave first responders the chance to coordinate a multi-agency response and fine-tune their tactics and protocols. Over the next several months, construction crews will be working to restore utility infrastructure and improve transit options. This summer, crews will be making intersection improvements at Broadway and 18th Street. This is part of the bigger Broadway-Euclid transportation project. Broadway will be reduced to one lane in each direction, and the street and multi-use path will be closed down occasionally. Improvements are expected to take about 2 months to complete, and the work should be done by mid-August prior to students returning. Construction-related underpass work has been rescheduled to start in late 2011 or early 2012. That work is expected to take about 1 year to complete. That's all the time we have for this week. You can connect with Inside Boulder News on Facebook by submitting news tips and questions. Just search for City of Boulder Channel 8. I'm Natalie Wood. Stick around for more Inside Boulder next.